Hey, hey. Hey, True Assets. Hey, Caroline. I say, Caroline, just give us like another minute. There's some people in here, then we're going to start the show. Yeah. Here we go.
We are back with another video. Today, what I want to talk about is these men that are the offspring of your so-called godfather, Kevin Samuels. That's what I want to talk about today. Today, we're going to hold you brothers accountable to the fire. Because a lot of times people, they come to my platform and they hear me talk about or react to videos with modern women, and they think that for whatever reason, I don't talk about issues concerning men, even though I have a load of content addressing men issues. Well, today, we're going to deal with a problem that I see within the community. Dysfunctional males that are the offspring of Kevin Samuels. I've already told you already that Kevin Samuels is a fraud. A lot of you love this guy. You believe he's your savior. You believe he's God. You believe that he's just so successful that he is exempt from being wrong. He's exempt from making mistakes. He's exempt from putting out poor advice. You believe this because you worship him. Well, I've been exposing Kevin Samuels for a while, and I have no respect for that particular guy because he's a toxic person, a very demonic person, manipulative. And see, you on the outside that worship him, you love him, but you don't realize the things that I see, that I understand about Kevin Samuels. You can't really see that. So it's my hope that through this show here, you're able to understand what most may not be able to see. We're going to take a look at a particular video, right? This particular video that we're going to react to is from a content creator on YouTube. I'm not going to mention their name, but when you see their face, if you know who this is, you need to unsubscribe from such people.
Oh.
Because males like him is a problem. And I find that a lot of these content creators that are associated with Kevin Samuels, they're all frauds. Because they never really deal with the real issues. They never deal with what's really affecting the community. As long as their money is coming in, as long as the profits are being made, they could give a damn about the community. But see, here on Black Male Advice TV, we focus on real talk about real issues. We don't avoid the issues. We don't brush issues under the rug. We deal with them head on. Do you understand? We don't play games when it comes to these type of issues. Kevin Samuels is producing a multitude of black males, especially in all different demographics of the world, that are dysfunctional. These particular men, they don't hold themselves accountable for anything. When it comes to women, they blame women for everything. Women are always to blame for everything according to these particular men, because their God, Kevin Samuels, give them the instructions and the blueprint. Whatever Kevin Samuels say, these beta male simps continue to follow because they have no backbone. They don't know how to be men. So they listen to their daddy, Kevin Samuels. Whatever their daddy says, they obey. Most of these guys, they kiss his ass. Because if they could just have Kevin Samuels around them, it could possibly help their channel grow. So typically what the Negro does is he bend his knee in worship.
Hey,
But here on Black Male Advice TV, we don't have no respect for Kevin Samuels. None. Because he's a fraud. And he's misleading men, misguiding women with talking points gotten from various content creators, and he made a name for himself. And through that name, he is now single-handedly destroying black male youth. Not only youth, but he's also destroying all of the sisters that come to him for advice. Do you understand me? Shout out to, I believe that's Mimi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name. If I didn't, I apologize. But shout out to you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. Let me see. We got Everell in the building. What's going on? Lisa. Let me see who else we got. Chef in the building. What's going on, bro? Richard. Dr. Ray. What's going on? All right. We're dealing with the topic of Kevin Samuels produced dysfunctional male content creators.
Hey, baby.
A lot of you that are in the clouds listening in, right? You have a problem with me when I talk about your boy Kevin Samuels because you worship him. And it's very dangerous to hold a man up on a pedestal and assume that whatever he utter is God-given. Whatever he utter from his mouth is facts. Whatever he utter must be the truth. No, what Kevin Samuels does is he manipulate you into focusing on things while taking the responsibility off of men. His job is trying to make all women feel condemned for all of the choices they make, even though women make bad choices, even though women have a part to play. What Kevin Samuels don't do is he never hold men accountable for their part. And I find it utterly disgusting that a so-called high-value man really have no value when it comes to family values. It's disgusting to me that a man with a platform of 1 million subscribers are leading male youth astray, leading them to the pits of hell. Do you understand me? That's a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to react to this particular video here. I'm going to play it back. I want you to listen to what Kevin Samuels says, right? Then I want you to listen to the content creator who is doing a reaction video to a couple of TikTok videos. After I saw this particular clip with this brother, I lost all respect for that brother. I'm telling you, a lot of you male content creators, man, a lot of you are poisoned by the venom of Kevin Samuels because that guy is no good. You could vouch for him all you want. You could say he's needed in the community. You could say all that what you want. All of you sisters that follow Kevin Samuels, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. Kevin Samuels is no different than your Derek Jackson. No different than your April Mason. No different than all of these charlatans that come through YouTube trying to act like they're trying to guide you. And in the process, they get rich off of you. And then they leave you to the wolves. Let's take a listen to this. Let's take a listen to this and see exactly what's going on so you can understand why I feel the way I feel.
Go beyond subscribe.
Welcome back. You're about to
definitely go give them a follow for actually putting in all the effort and work. So, like I said, so we have all the characters.
Can't believe women still want advice from this man.
Hold on. Now this is where we're gonna really go off the rails because
It's Kevin Samuels here. It says, I still can't believe women want advice from this man. Let's hear this.
I'm sorry. Having sex does not mean you have to have a baby. If a baby happens, it's because a woman wanted to bring one into the world.
Huh?
That is 100% on women. So you can't talk about a father not being. You cannot talk to me about a father not being in the household when most men are just having sex with women, not wanting to have a kid. See, you could. It would be different.
See, I think that went over their heads.
No, it went over your heads because you're a fool. Let's go.
I think that went over their heads. What it sounded like Kevin Samuels was saying is that if a guy sleeps with a female, just sleeping with her, no emotional attachment with her, and she ends up getting pregnant, and she deciding to have that child, we gonna talk about abortion, right? Women's choice, right?
Now, notice what he's trying to do here. He's trying to use abortion, women's choice, which is another issue that black men try to throw at black women by saying that they are the number one who abort babies, right? But now he's trying to use that for the benefit of men. Keep in mind, let's go.
She deciding to have that child, woman's choice, woman's body. She decided to have that kid, then that was 100% on her. Because this is where it ends. It ends in the sack. You got your pleasure, he got his pleasure, he went about his business.
Notice. He had his pleasure, you had your pleasure, he went about his business. Notice how the man want no accountability in this. Let's go.
That's a shame. No
His sexual
accountability.
organ did something.
His sexual organ did something.
Oh.
Keep that in mind. His sexual organ did something.
That your sexual organ responded to.
Her sexual organ responded to. So his sexual organ did something. What did it do? It released semen into her vagina. That's what it did.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think so.
That created this fetus with.
That created. So how did the woman get pregnant? Who's responsible for that? Let's go.
Within you. And you, your body, your choice.
Now he's still saying your body, your choice.
Decided to have this child.
Hold up. So she decided to have this child, but you didn't when you ejaculated inside of her? You see the hypocrisy of black men? The dysfunction of black men? This is what Kevin Samuels produce. And these are content creators that are spewing this poison to young black males.
And then you get upset later on because he doesn't want to help provide for this child. All he did was have sex. The same thing you did.
Notice that. All he did was have sex, just like you did. But the man forgot that he was the one that ejaculated in the woman. The man forgot that he's the one that didn't wear no condom. You see that? He went in the woman raw dog, knowing the consequences, but want to put all the blame on the woman. And you wonder why we have a multitude of single mothers out here. You wondering why? It's because black men are out here doing dirt. Let's go.
I know it might sound wrong to a lot of you, but
it is wrong, and you know it's wrong. Don't give me that BS about you know it might sound wrong. It is wrong, and you know it, and you're guilty. You ain't fooling me, bro. You guilty. Just like Kevin Samuels is guilty, you're poisoned just like him. Let's go.
Really think about it.
Goodbye. Random calls and off.
When it comes to great Sandman, yeah, he's got some unique stuff. You know what? He's pretty unique and he's cool. I'm gonna put him above Super Saiyan God Go. Again, this isn't a who's better than the other in terms of their stuff and practicality. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put him up there. No.
Look at the guilt on his face.
It was wrong for you to decide to have that child.
No, it was wrong for you to impregnate the woman. Let's talk about your
Hey,
accountability,
positive
black man.
minds.
Just look at what happened the other day with the guy that canceled his so-called ex-wife and his girlfriend, who was pregnant, mind you. He got the woman pregnant, then took her out, then took out his ex-wife, and now the children are left to fend for themselves. All at the hands of a black man who's dysfunctional, who most likely was listening to Kevin Samuels, who was most likely an avid listener of Kevin Samuels. And he couldn't deal with the heat, and he decided to check out. See, black men are out here impregnating these women, pumping and dumping, having their way with them, and then when the woman turn up pregnant, they want to bounce. And they put all the responsibility on the woman. Well, you need to make better choices in the kind of men you deal with. No, black man, you need to make better choices in the fact that you are ejaculating in these women. You're ejaculating in these women, and you want to talk about your body, your choice? Well, what about your choice? You had the choice to wear a condom. You had the choice not to have sex with her. And why are you having sex with her if you don't want to make her your wife? You hypocrite. And people want to say I don't hold black men accountable? Who on YouTube is spitting this fire? Who on YouTube is holding black men accountable? All these content creators do is care about their money. They don't give a damn about the community. They don't care about you, ladies. All they want to do is use you as a means to make money. Nobody's fair and balanced out here. You understand? This guy's a hypocrite. Let's go.
When you know it was just sex.
So it was just sex, right? You see that? You see what the modern black man is? It's just sex. So you're not trying to make these women your wives, right? You're not trying to build no family, right? You just want some sex, right? And when the woman turn up pregnant, your excuse now is that it's her fault that the baby came in the world because she didn't abort the baby. But you be the same brothers that'll make live streams talking about women having abortions. You be the same brothers talking about a woman's body count and all this other stuff. But all of a sudden now, you want her to exercise her, my body, my choice. But you the same brothers that will clash with these women talking about how they are aborting all the babies, but none of you brothers want the babies. A bunch of hypocrites all over the place, man. This is crazy. Shout out to Rollo for the super chat. He said, we live in a time such as never before, folks. Shout out to We Woke Now for the super chat. Appreciate your support. Says great content. Your last video was very thought-provoking. Appreciate what you're doing. Thanks for your support. If you're joining the show, we are talking about Kevin Samuels produced dysfunctional male content creators. A lot of content creators within the so-called black sector of YouTube worship Kevin Samuels, not because he's a man who speaks truth, not because he's some sort of righteous man, but they do it because he have a lot of fame, million subscribers, and they kiss his ass because they want somehow for him to help them grow. And they figure if they don't speak anything against him, they'll be in his good graces.
Exactly.
Me, I don't give a damn about him because he's a fraud. He's misleading our brothers. He's misleading our sisters. He's a cancer to the community, and everybody needs to know that. You understand? Yeah. You even have modern women vouching for him. Well, vouch for this, modern woman. So you mean to tell me that you agree with what Kevin Samuels is saying here? That it's your fault that you got pregnant and the man have no accountability in the matter? Really? You must be out of your mind. Shout out to Brown, Miss Brown, for the membership of 8 months. She said, facts. Appreciate your support. Let's get back to the video.
So what are you trying to do? Trap the man?
Notice that, trap the man. You're trying to trap the man. Notice these men They want to have sex with these women, but then when the women get pregnant and want to bring the baby to term, they're worried about being trapped. Do these brothers really care about these sisters? Not at all.
Into being with you, getting money from the man, or you felt lonely, so you decided you wanted to have this kid.
See, these men are evil. These men are evil as hell, man. This brother's wicked. You can see the lion demon in his eyes. You see that? He's the kind of man that practiced the very thing. Would lay up with a woman and hope that she get an abortion and so forth. You are wondering why our women get abortions? You wondering why? It's because of black men. Our women are aborting babies not because they just wanted to go abort the babies. It's because black men want them to abort the babies. Do you understand me? Black men, when they lay with these women, the first thing they say is, if you get pregnant, make sure you abort this child now. Make sure you take that plan B. Morning after pill. But yet these brothers are raw dogging these sisters. We know women have an accountability to these things. We know women have a part to play. But why is it that black men hold themselves not guilty and put all the blame on women? See, it all goes back to the Garden of Eden. The Most High instructed Adam to guard this garden. Keep out intruders. Protect your wife. But instead, Adam was out there doing his own thing on Instagram. Right? And Eve was left there for the serpent, and he beguiled her, did what he had to do, caused her to bring sin in the world. And then the man, because he's dumb and followed his wife, and because he's a simp, he took of the forbidden fruit, sin into the world. And then the first thing the man did, according to the Bible, is he blamed the woman. He told the Most High,
Yep.
The woman you gave me beguiled me.
Yep.
That's the first instance of we seeing that a man bowed down to the instructions of his wife, right? And he blamed her. Till this day, men are still blaming women for everything. And you brothers are wondering why you get no respect. You're wondering why the tables have turned. You're wondering why your women act masculine. You're wondering why they fight for the authority. You're wondering why they always looking for a 50-50 deal. You're wondering why our relationships are dysfunctional. It's because you brothers are wicked as hell. And you could get mad with me all you want. And you could unsubscribe. I don't care. You're a weak man. Your emotions are running because you're weak. You don't want to be held accountable because you're a weak man. That's why you run. Click the unsubscribe button. I don't care. You're emotional, just like a woman. Because you weren't raised with your father. Because your mother was a 304. Is your feelings hurt now? Just go your way, because you're wasting your time being here if you're offended. Iron sharpens iron, Negro. Let's go.
Really think about why you're having the kid when it was just sex. Think that went over their head.
No, it went over your head. You're a horrible person, a terrible example of a man, and a horrible content creator. And if any of you know who that is, unsubscribe from his channel. Because guys like that is no good for the community. Anybody that's been poisoned by Kevin Samuels is no good for this community. Because they're not men. They're not going to lead the community. We talk about black men need to lead. These men are not leading. These men are focused on blaming women. I understand women have a part. We can all agree that women make bad choices. But when black men act like they don't have no accountability in any of this, I find that to be very disturbing. It's very disturbing for us as men to listen to what Kevin Samuels just said and act like we didn't hear it. And then you got people talking about we need to protect Kevin Samuels at all costs. Really? So we need to protect Satan. Is that what you're saying? Let's go.
So for her to say, I don't know why people still listening to this man. You should be opening your ears up. Listen.
He's telling the woman she needs to open her ears up when his ears is actually closed. See that? Just like the Bible says when it talks about the blind leading the blind, and they both fall in a ditch. You understand? That's exactly what this is.
Can't believe women still want advice from this man.
Now, the TikTok is, I still can't believe women. Wait, I still can't believe women still want advice from this man. It clearly looked like they're on a panel. It looked like from that so-called show. I'm not sure if it's Lapeef or something like that, because I see various content creators that look familiar from that show. So it looked like Kevin Sammys is a guest on that show on a panel. And it says the women is 100% responsible for a baby. Question. Let's listen to what Kevin Samuels says.
Hold on. Now, this is where we're going to really go off the rails because
This Kevin Samuels here. It says,
notice when he says Kevin Samuels, you have to understand, when he mentioned his name, he looked at him as a god. When Kevin Samuels is really a nobody. Really. Like a lot of you must understand that. I don't think any of you understand it. See, we live in a world, right, where if a person have fame or some money, we look at them as if though they're this great person, worthy of worship and praise, right? Not realizing that if that's the case, then it really is not about you. It's just about your money.
Thank you.
Because there have been many people that had stardom, success, many celebrities that were famous at one point, and now they're broke and they don't have no money now. And guess what? Nobody's talking about them now. Nobody cares about them. You had many singers that were very famous and popular, had a lot of money, nice cars, fame. But if you look at them today, they don't have that fame. They don't have that money. It's not there no more. And nobody cares about them. So if you judge a person based on money, then what you're really judging is the money. The person, Kevin Samuels, is a nobody because he actually bring no value to the community. He really don't bring value. None of the ladies that listening to him get married. None of them have husbands. They keep calling in, wasting their time, night after night after night. All of the brothers are beta male simps who only want to pump and dump women to get sex out of them. Kevin Samuels is the same guy that taught black men to go out there and get escorts to have sex with. Kevin Samuels is the one that always used the example of the movie Pretty Woman.
Yep.
That movie where the guy paid a prostitute to pretty much be his lady for the weekend or whatever. Kevin Samuels is the guy that always says he's going to hell. But yet I'm the bad guy, right, for pointing this out. I'm the bad guy. No, you, the people that listen to these type of people, you're just blind. And you can't see. That's why I'm trying to show you the mirror so you can understand what's going on.
I just play.
You understand?
I don't bash men.
Let's go.
I
still can't believe women want advice from this man. Let's hear this.
I'm sorry. Having sex does not mean you have to have a baby. If a baby happens, it's because a woman wanted to bring one into the world.
He said, if a baby happened, it's because a woman wanted to bring it in the world. Really? The only way that woman could have that baby is if a man implanted his seed inside of her. So the real issue we have here is if you as a black man don't want a baby, why are you implanting your seed in women? Why? And why Mr. High Value is not addressing that as men, you have a responsibility of not planting your seed in women, because a woman cannot get pregnant by herself. See, Kevin Samuels is going to be in the lake of fire and brimstone. That's where he's headed. And all of you brothers that support him, All of you brothers that vouch for him, all of you brothers that worship him will be in hell's fire with him. You mark my words, you're going to be there. Because he's not holding men accountable at all. All the blame is on the woman. All the blame is on the woman. These men are not trying to wife up none of you sisters. So when Kevin Samuels talk all this BS about you getting a high value man, ladies, none of these guys are trying to wife you up. Can't you see? Can't you see what he's talking about? Just men just having casual sex with you. They don't respect you. They don't respect your body. So it's time for you ladies to respect your bodies. And see, you know why you ladies don't respect your bodies? I'm going to tell you why. Because black men are not leading you. If black men actually had standards, they would not be out here simping. They would not be liking all your photos. They would not be thirsting. They would hold you accountable by not doing certain things themselves. But see, they're not doing that.
Oh,
they're trying to pump and dump, smash and dash, and they don't care who they affect. They're not trying to wife you up. They don't care what happens. They lay up with you is just for pleasure. Imagine that, ladies. They're laying up with you with no regard for your feelings. It's all about themselves. And these are the same guys that would judge you and say that you're wrong, it's your fault. And we know that as a woman, you play a part. We can all agree you play a part. At the same time, why is it that black men never hold themselves guilty for what they caused? When you go to a field and you have apple trees, those apple trees was brought forth because seed was planted in the ground. If no one is planting seed, there will be no apple trees. No babies could be born if black men are not out here pumping and dumping and smashing and dashing. Listen, bruh. If you don't want your money to be at Chase Bank, why are you making deposits in the machine? Why are you making deposits? You now have an account.
I have another video coming up. Just be patient. Be patient. I have another video coming up, but I still do it both ways. I do it both ways. This channel is for men and women. I have another video coming up. Whatever you could take out of each video is good for you. You can't say nothing he said makes sense. Take what you can get out of it.
Put your money in that machine. That's your fault. That's your fault. How are you going to tell a woman that if the baby is born, it's her fault? Because you know the man was just doing his thing, having fun. So if you're doing your thing, having fun, bro, then you should also know the risk. See, if you drive a car without a seatbelt and you drinking, you should know the risk, right? Am I the only man on YouTube that's smart? What the hell is wrong with you brothers? Are you all dumb? If you're drinking and driving without a seatbelt, you should know the risk. So if you out there riding dirty, pumping and dumping, no condom, ejaculating in women, you should know the risk. You should know that there's a potential for this woman to get pregnant and bring the baby to term. You know there's a possibility she could put you on child support, but you ignore it. You know there's a possibility she could take you to court, but you do it anyway because you're dysfunctional. You're reckless because you've been poisoned by Satan. That's why. Let's go.
That is 100% on women.
Notice he said that's 100% on women. Notice the sister's face. Notice the sister's face in the middle. She's looking at this thing in
Yeah,
disgust.
look at her face.
You see that? In other words, really? Really? And you still want to take advice from this man? So it's all on the woman. The man don't have no responsibility. He's raw dogging these sisters. No responsibility on his part. It's all on women. Wow.
So you can't talk about a father not being. You cannot talk to me about a father not being in the household when most men are just having sex with women, not wanting to have a kid.
Notice he said men are just having sex with women, not wanting to have a kid. That's coming from your godfather. You know, the guy that only lasts 3 to 5 minutes. Right? According to his own words in my previous video. Right? He said that these guys are out here just having casual sex and you know they don't want no kid and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. So it's all on you. But yet these men hold themselves not guilty when it comes to all of these issues. That's crazy. Shout out to Miss Brown for the super chat. Appreciate your support. Mimi for the membership. Welcome to Team Ringo. Shout out to Rollo for the super chat. It said Lake of Fire awaits these evil doers for real. Samuels is a new content creator that just regurgitate things he hears, twisting it for profit, while never holding black men accountable. Why don't Kevin Samuels just stand up and tell all black men not to have sex with women until they make these women their wives? He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Why? Because these men are whoremonger males. Their goal is never to marry you, sisters. Their goal is to pump and dump. Kevin Samuels is cool with so-called dating coaches, male gigolos. You understand? You have some clown named alpha male scammeries that all he do is teach black men to manipulate women, to run game on women, to get in their pants. That guy is cool with Kevin Samuels. Are these men really trying to build a community? No, they're trying to build their pockets. They don't give a damn about you ladies. You're just casualties of war. Let's go.
See, if you could do it, would be different.
See, I think that went over their heads.
No, it went over your head. See, this guy is going to attempt to give the translation or what he think about what Kevin Samuels just finished saying. Let's hear what he got to say.
I think that went over their heads. What it sounded like Kevin Samuels was saying is that if a guy sleeps with a female, just sleeping with her, no emotional attachment with her.
Why is a man having no emotional attachments, but yet he's willing to lay up with a woman? That would be considered a whoremonger male. Those are the kind of men that Kevin Samuels support and produce on YouTube. If Kevin Samuels really cared about you ladies, why would he be endorsing this? Why? So it's okay for black men to have no emotional attachment, but yet we want to talk about women having a high body count. Okay, how did these ladies get this high body count? Because of you black men. Because you're not out here being accountable for your actions.
Yeah, I clicked off. I clicked it off because it was in repeat. It was repeating the same thing. Let me get to the video for why black women we love being single mamas. Let's hear this. I need to know what I love so much.
Thank you, UFO. So go ahead and get the lights up. This mic thing took up too much time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
physical domestic violence situations where he brought people trying to attack me or like show up at my house, different situations of that nature. So they were like, "Oh, we need proof that you actually went to this school." So I had to bring my diploma and my report card to prove that it was.
So them asking you to prove that you had graduated, you felt like that was an unfair level of scrutiny?
I felt because I thought it was an unfair level of scrutiny because it was this. Some of the things that happened for me didn't apply to him.
So we're gonna pause that real quick.
Now watch her change the whole
I sort of
meaning.
jump back into it without a lot of preamble.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I jumped into it without a whole lot of preamble is because that didn't need a preamble. Probably a lot of you saw that clip already. So the first
Jesus' name.
She felt like she was being punished because the court wanted to have information about who she was.
Yeah.
So because they began to scrutinize her, she felt that was an
unnecessary,
reasonable level of scrutiny. And she felt that she didn't need to she shouldn't have had to prove who she was, prove what was going on with her, because she carried the child physically and because she had gone to the prenatal visits. You'll hear it. Gone to the prenatal visits and things of that nature. So that was supposed to prove that she was a good person and a responsible mother. First of all, the fact that you was 18, so-called living on your own, and got pregnant fresh out of high school, disqualify you from making good decisions.
No.
That was not enough scrutiny from the.
Wasn't you the same woman who said they should have 3 by 18? Make up your mind. You said they need to have 3 by 18. Now you say, being that she had 1 at 18, now she's disqualified for making good decisions. Sometimes you gotta check what you say. You can't keep moving the goalpost back and forth. The goalpost is where it should be.
Courts. Ma'am, you volunteered to be a single team mom. You volunteered for that position. You signed up for that position. Thank you, Steel Jeb. You sent your resume in to be hired for that position, ma'am. See, I don't think these so-called single mothers out here understand what they be signing up for. You don't look good. You look crazy. See, the pathology is so steep. It's so deep that we think this dysfunction is normal. She ain't seen no problem. As you hear her say, she was 18 because lead attorney, shout out to the lead attorney. He asks her at one point, who was paying all these bills? Who was paying, the insurance and all this kind of stuff? You was fresh out of high school, 18 years old. So she talks about how she had worked at this warehouse or whatever since she was 16. And by the time she was 18, she had already worked herself up to supervisor. Later on, because see, the story don't make no sense. Thank you, that.
No, what you saying don't make no sense. You said they had to be 18 with 3 kids. They're supposed to start really early. Now that video, all your videos go against one another. But just carry on. So you could please your black manosphere.
Me. Then later on, she talked about how her father was present in her life.
Yeah.
The uncles was, the child's uncles, meaning her brothers, were present in her life, but you were on your own at 18. See, those are red flags. See, black women don't see the red flag here. Now, I bet you it's a lot of black women listening to me like, okay, what's wrong with that? She was independent at 18. That's a good thing. Right. Thank you, Jamal. Go ahead and get my likes up. I got 311 people. I got 178 likes. Come on. Bam, 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 bam. You got to get the likes up. Bam, bam. You got to, Okay? So come on. So there are women listening to me right now that's saying, well, Crim Secure, what's wrong with that? She was independent at an early age. That's supposed to be a good thing. No, it's not. Because what that tells me is that she jumped her butt from outside of her father's covering, and that's when she became a teen single mother.
Ain't that what you said to be, lady?
Because she wanted to be grown. So that meant since you want to be grown, you can't live in my house. I'm just going to assume that what she said was true. Thank you, Adrian King. I'm just going to assume what she said was true. That she was grown, had her own place, had her own job at 18 out of her parents' house. That's what she indicated. Okay? So once she indicated that, what that told me is you didn't respect your daddy. Because you didn't want to live under your father's roof. Under your father's rule. Didn't want your daddy to know all the stuff you was doing. And when you got out from under his covering, thank you, Jalen. That's when you got pregnant. That's when you got pregnant. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. There's somebody thinking that's a good thing. No, it's not. Because at 17, 18, you don't know what's going on. You still need guidance. You still need somebody to tell you what's what. Because you are not ready to face all of the challenges of the world.
That's not what you told them
You
other girls.
did not even have enough self-discipline to say, I'm not getting pregnant.
That's not what you said before.
I'm not running around here with some dude I don't even want to really be with. He just cute for right now out of high school or whatever. Not having no baby with him.
That's not what you said before.
You couldn't even make that decision properly. Messed it up. Had one job. Messed it up. Became a single mother. You volunteer for it. You're not a victim. You volunteer. Hey, me, I want to be a single mama. I want to be somebody's baby mama. Never one time thinking, I'm not a good parent. Because she had a baby. And when I say she, understand, thank you, Farouk, that I am not just singling out this young lady. I'm talking about all the black young ladies that think like that, and even older black chicks that think like that, because she got that from an older woman, her mama. The women in her life.
Oh my God.
You can see the brainwash in her eyes as she talk about it.
No, I couldn't see all that. Only you.
And she represents so many black women, young and old, middle age, whatever, that got this same pathology and think, well, there's no possible way that I could be a bad mother because I birthed a child.
Now make sure. Wait, hold up. I said I'm gonna have one speech, one video of yours with the other video. You're gonna have to choose a video. You tell us, thank you, Hyena, stop it. She need to stop the damn hyena. Need to stop it.
The fact that you willingly chose to be a single mother disqualifies you from being a good mother. Y'all want me to say that one more time? Y'all want me to say that one more time? Volunteering to be a single mother disqualifies you from being a good mother.
Really? Damn.
I know somebody don't like that. What you mean I ain't no good mama? No, you're not a good mother. If you volunteered, if you signed up to be a single mother, you went into this knowing I'm gonna be a single mama. I'm somebody's baby mama. I'm not a wife and we got divorced. This wasn't a committed relationship. No. I'm sliding around with this one, that one, few months with this one, few months with that one. And I'm having babies. That disqualify you from being a good mother. I'm going to tell you why. We're going to get back to the video, but I'm going to tell you why it disqualify you from being a good mother. Because when you volunteer to be a single mother, a baby mama, you are choosing voluntarily a more difficult path for
Caroline.
You and that child. You choosing a difficult path. You're making sure to put yourself and that child in a disadvantageous situation. That's what you're doing. You willingly did it. You went in with your eyes open to do it. You volunteered. You signed up. You signed the application. You put in the resume to fill in the job of baby mama. F-19s was hiring and you was like, oh, let me go fill in the application for that position. You're not a good mama because you ain't making good decisions. See, good mothers make good decisions even before their mothers. Y'all don't hear me today.
Y'all
don't hear me today.
No, we don't. Because that's not what you said before, chick.
Good mothers make good decisions before they are mothers. Before they are baby incubators. Because a lot of y'all ain't no mama. Carrying that baby in your womb to make you no mama. Y'all better hear me today. I need my likes up. 461, 467, 292 likes. Come on, babies. Please, please, please. Because we cooking today. We cooking today. Can't stop too many times. It stopped my flow. Let's hear these pathologies some more. We're going to let her talk.
Yeah, that too, Charlene.
Come on, you guys, crank that music.
That too.
Grab your last swig because it's about to go down.
Woo!
Some of the things that I had to provide, proof since I was the primary person who had the child, he didn't have to provide, like he didn't have to go back to PG to go get his documents. He didn't have to prove where you lived, your routine, what was the schedule that you had. Like there was so much things that I had to figure out and do. And I felt like overall, I was punished because I didn't want to settle it with the way they wanted me to with him, with me having every other week with my child, and my child's only 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying that the courts wanted you to do like every other week. So the courts wanted you to do 50-50.
Yeah,
you didn't want. Okay,
Yes.
but you didn't want to do 50-50. You wanted okay. And you felt like because the courts wanted 50.
She just said out of her mouth that she did not want 50-50. The court itself said, thank you, Angela C., do 50-50. We're not gonna railroad the man in this situation just right out the gate. Y'all do 50-50. She didn't want to do 50-50 because, see, right then she tried to make it seem like it wasn't a good idea to do 50-50 because the baby was so little. Without taking into account that, what are y'all, 3 years old? It's mind-boggling to me that two people that could come together and be grown enough to have sex and have a baby, this one doesn't think that it would be also the same type of grown energy, keep that same energy when it's time to sit down and say, okay, we got 50-50 joint custody of an infant. The infant need 24-hour vigilance. She don't think that man can give that baby that time? Why wouldn't he? And it ain't like you breastfeeding. Most of y'all go through and get that Similac and that Infamil talking about you was trying to make sure the health of your child, then turn around and give it Similac. Mm-hmm. I don't like formula. Unless there's some medical reason why you can't breastfeed, you need to be breastfeeding. And when it's time for your baby to see its father because you were too irresponsible to make sure that you had a nest for the child before you brought a child into the world, so therefore you do not live with your husband that would subsequently be the father of that child since you was too irresponsible to do that, then pump milk.
Well, damn, how old is the man? See, here we go again. She didn't say nothing about the woman. This hyena ain't say nothing about the man. She did this. She chose this. She did that. I mean, what's her name? Judy done did everything. Ain't no wins for you. She did this and she did that. She did this and she did that. I know, right, Carolyn?
For the baby to send the baby to the father. Do that. You put extra work on yourself because you didn't make it easy. You made it hard. What did I just say? Volunteering to be a single mother makes it more difficult. Thank you, Miss Lorraine. You choose to make things more difficult than what they have to be. Thank you again, Steel Jeb. We're going to let her talk.
50. And you didn't want 50-50. You wanted to live with your child. You felt like you were punished.
Yes, I do feel like I was punished overall because it felt like I had to fight harder to prove to like, in a sense, like disprove what he says about me, but also,
I don't know if it's not obvious or not, but to answer the question in the chat, why was her child's father taking her to court? Because he wanted 50-50 custody. Because sometimes they want to be fathers. And she just heard her say, I didn't want him to have 50-50. I wanted 100% custody. So when the court said, we'll just do 50-50, everybody was okay with that except for her. So because she wasn't okay with that, she drugged that whole fight out for a year and a half. Instead of saying, okay, we was 50-50 in that bed, so we going to be 50-50 parent. We going to co-parent. She want to co-parent.
What is juice?
Court said co-parent. He said, yeah, I want to co-parent. She said, oh, no. We're not going to co-parent. See, because I want to be a single mama and I want to tell people you're a deadbeat. So we're not going to co-parent. I don't like you, so we can't co-parent.
Exactly, Carolyn.
So I'm gonna drag you through the court for a year and a half to fight you because you want to be a daddy. And these are the pathologies. This is why I'm playing this clip.
Why?
Because I want her to say it. See, a lot of times while black women can't keep their mouth shut. Can't shut up. Always want attention. You're getting it now. And I'm not talking to the person in the chat. I'm talking about black women in general and this particular young lady in this clip. Because see, while you're trying to lie, the truth come out. She's trying to justify demonic behavior. That only uncovered a demon. And a lot of these chicks are starting to come up on social media panels, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, trying to justify the demon time. Oh, well, you know, I had to go to court. See, blowing the narrative out of the water as they try to uphold the narrative.
How you know that?
Oh, black men are deadbeats. Or they don't like their children. They don't take care of their children. They walk away from their responsibilities. They make single mothers and then they get us pregnant and then they walk off and they don't want to hear from us anymore. They don't want to share parenting anymore. They don't want to contribute to the child growing up. Oh, but when we get a father that say, okay, yeah, I want 50-50 because that's my baby too. No. We're not going to do that. I want 100% custody. I'll fight you a year and a half. I will fight you a year and a half so you don't have no say in this baby's life because I don't want you to have a say in this baby's life. That's why I'm letting this play. That's the importance of this clip.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Because
I don't
the
see what you're getting so
pathology needs
far.
to be revealed. The demon that drives this type of pathology, we need to shed a light on that demon.
If you say so.
Because too many lies have been told around this community tonight. And we gonna shed some light. We gonna tell the truth to the lie. Black men always walking away from the kids, right? But what we also gonna talk about is the black women that forced them away. Because see, you can't take a man to court that ain't interested. Because he gonna make sure you don't find him. And even if you do, he ain't coming to court. I told you I ain't had nothing to do with that baby. You do it. I ain't coming. So you can really only drag a man through court that care about it in the first place. Because it didn't even have to go on a year and a half if she wasn't fighting 50-50. It didn't have to go that long. The court came out with 50-50. That's what they first said. Could have ended that right then and there. Okay, well, 50-50. Okay, you sign, I sign. You know, we get the arrangements together. We get the visitation together. Boom. We not in a relationship no more. We don't get along, but we can co-parent. We're gonna let her talk.
To push that I'm the best person, I'm the best person, I'm the best person. And
well,
I think that's really hard.
Let me jump in for a second. Why should you not have to prove that you are the best person? Right? I assume that this is your child, half of your DNA is in this child, right?
Yes.
But half of his DNA is in this child, right?
Yes.
Half of your chromosomes, half of his chromosomes. Why should you not have to prove that you are the best parent if you want this child to live with you the majority of the time? Why shouldn't you prove that? Why is that not rational to say, hey, you need to prove this stuff?
I think it's so rational because for 9 months, I was the person that took care of the child.
And you know what?
She lying, right? She lying. She lying.
Might be time for my commercial break. Yes, it is. We're going to hit a commercial break. We'll be back. 500 likes if you want to see me cook. Got 618 people. 430 likes. Give me 30 so I can cook. Waiting on it. Waiting on my likes. I need 500. We got 445. Come on. Thank you, Rob Matt. Say exorcism by fish grease. Oh, yeah. We exercising some Jezebel spirit. You know, I might have to go ahead and start just talking about this Jezebel spirit. 486. Come on. Bam, 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 bam. Gotta get the likes up. Bam, bam. You gotta I need 10 more. Just 10. That's all I need. Got you. So this chick sat here in front of everybody's face and said with a straight face that she should not have had to prove that she was a good mother because she carried a child for 9 months. The amount of delusion, stupidity, and ignorance that Black women consistently demonstrate for the whole world to see is absolutely atrocious. Crack whores carry children for 9 months. Narcissistic, abusive women carry children for 9 months.
Crack whores, abuse kids.
Bipolar women carry children for 9 months. Mentally unstable women carry children for 9 months.
Okay.
Are they automatically good mothers? Does that make them a good mom? Because they carry you for 9 months? You know, she went to all the prenatal care too. She went through all of that too. Showed up at the doctors whenever she needed to show up at the doctors. And when she had that baby, she did everything to that baby that you was never supposed to do to a child. So you automatically qualified because you carry a child for 9 whole months? Are you kidding me? And this is where the failure on a spiritual level shows its face. Because too many of these women are on demon time. What is a mother? So because they quick to call fathers sperm donors when he's not doing all of this other stuff that they think fathers are supposed to be doing. Then they relegate him down to the biological act of his sperm entering an egg. But what does an egg carrier become when she ain't sugar honey iced tea as a mother? Black women kill me with that.
I know,
y'all are
right?
not good mothers because you had the child. It had to come out, didn't it?
Maybe.
So what do you think is going on? Yeah, they think maintaining the kid and giving it an Xbox and putting it on little baby Jordans at 6 months old that it's going to grow out of in 30 days is mothering a child. I got news for you. That does not mean you are a mother. That means you are a caretaker. And you might...
Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Is this coming from the same woman who want these teenagers to have babies? Same woman. Every video she contradicts the heck out of herself. She contradicts the heck out of herself. You know, when you making that money on YouTube and you got that audience and they like what you're saying, they're not realizing how much you contradict yourself. Yeah, 3 kids by 18. Now they too young. Now it doesn't make you a mother. Now you could just be a carrier. And we get her sick when we call a man a deadbeat daddy. But I hear a lot of women, hey, if you wasn't a good mother, you was a deadbeat mama too. I don't see how you never heard of that before. So I don't know why you so sick about it. You should have been adopted plenty of children by now, because you want to spread your love.
Might be a poor one at that, because you don't nurture, you don't teach, you don't guide. You did not even have sense enough, compassion enough, or motherly instinct enough to make sure you had a nest before you lay an egg. And wild birds, pigeons do that. Can't get pregnant unless there's an alpha that has provided the lion's den so she can get pregnant, so she can have a cub, so she can hide it and raise it. You won't even do that. Lower than the beast of a field and stupider.
That is for real, Carolyn. Please have mercy.
Thank you, UFO.
And you ain't had a husband since when?
I think I missed somebody's super chat. We gonna get back to her. Thank you, 39 Dina. I got 725 people. I got 578 likes. Come on with my likes.
That is so masculine. You think what she's doing is masculine? That's a masculine
black
energy.
Women, on the whole, thank you, Rob Mack. Thank you, Alex Jones.
That's masculine energy.
Will willingly go somewhere, be with a dude, ain't got no commitment, ain't got no relationship. You barely know him. You know that dude's street name, not his real name. You don't know nothing about where he come from. You don't know his mama. You don't know his daddy. You don't know his real address. He don't take you nowhere. He don't talk to you. You know nothing. And you will lay in that bed and you will get pregnant and you'll be like, I'm gonna keep the baby because I don't really believe in abortion. When the numbers say that's a lie. And then when you get pregnant, you want to holler about being a victim. Oh, I'm a single mom and I'm doing it all by myself. If you don't.
Yeah, knock it off.
You guys ready to work out today?
And now your body be feeling.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Philip.
The sheer level of stupidity is astounding to me. This is why you're not good mothers. This is why voluntary single mothers are not good mothers.
She's too masculine
because
for
you
me.
make stupid decisions.
Too much masculine energy
you make
for
horrible
me.
decisions. You bring children into the world and you ain't got no place to be for them to be. And then you think it's a good idea to X the man out of the equation. Oh, you needed him. You needed him. See, when it's time to argue about being a single mother, then you want to talk about how the man was necessary. We can't be single mothers if without him. Okay. The same thing go for after you birth the child. You can't be a single mother with the man in your life. Thank you, Decent.
That's too much masculine energy for me. Too much masculine energy. I'm scared of her. I'm scared.
But you want to be a victim.
Her
being
masculine
a victim
energy is like
is more important to you than your child having a biological father in their life, because that young lady on there is now married to another man, and that that man gets to bond with a child he didn't create, and the man that helped create the child wanted to bond with the child, and she denied it. You make that make sense to me.
Nobody tell him to cheat and stuff on her.
Thank you again, Farouk. We gonna let her talk again. Mm-hmm. Probably not gonna get through the whole clip because clip 15 minutes.
I was, I provided my body for this child.
When you say wait, hold up now. When you say the 9 months, are you talking about the 9 month pregnancy when the child was inside of you?
Like I provided that, like, because I chose to have this child. I chose to take care of this child. I did not really want to be with this person anymore. I wanted my child and I wanted to move forward with my life.
I did not want to be with this person anymore. So I took my child and moved on with my life. And your family supported this foolishness? And we don't think we need the 10 life values? We running around here talking about why you gotta have spiritual value and you just get the bag. When you got folks running around here openly on demon time, she up here with a straight face because she speaks, so-called articulately, and she not yelling and screaming and being a demon, so-called. This is supposed to be the intelligent one. And she dead wrong on demon time the whole entire time. It's actually frustrating. Okay. She took her child, not that man's child, but she can take his money. I told you that they express ownership over children, like a slave master over a slave. Like you own a pair of shoes or you own a nice coat. She talked about taking that baby and moving on, like she said, well, I moved out of his house and took my bedroom furniture with me. That man got a child in this world that he cannot see. We can't even blame the courts and say the courts was railroading. We can't even do that. Court said 50-50. This one said no. So now this man got a whole child in this world that he can't even see. That he got to try to be a daddy as a part-time, half-time, quarter-time daddy. And if he don't do everything she think he should be doing, he gonna be a deadbeat. But you can't even make a good decision with your womb. What do you know about what a father should be doing with a child? When you don't even know what a mother should be doing with a child and you got one. This is somebody's mama we listening to. You don't think she gonna pass that pathology on to her child, be it a boy or a girl?
And the fact of the matter is that I took off work to bang. Like sometimes it feels like you're always having to.
You're contradicting yourself.
Okay.
You're saying months when your body
could have been a part of those things. So I wants to jump back.
So you ended up winning, right? You think that because and you said it was about the 9 months.
It's 9 months, but I did say that if you wanted to be involved, he could have went to these appointments. He could have been involved in these things, and then also the proof is in the pudding. Like if I'm a bad person, I don't go to my, if I'm a bad mother, you're not going to go to your doctor's appointments when you're supposed to. You're not going to seek prenatal care. You're not, and then also the child may come out with may come out with those things called, hey, every 4 weeks, every 3 weeks, everything forth. Because, if you're able to, if someone wants to be a part of it, they'll make a way to be a part of it. If they don't want to, then again, for him.
Funny beefing. All right. How old were you when you had this child?
I was 18.
All right. So you were 18, right? So you mentioned about providing for yourself and doing all this. Were you providing for yourself, or did you have insurance? Who was paying all of these bills for you at 18?
I was working at a relatively, a big warehouse shop from the time I was 16, and I had worked my way up to supervisor. So I was making a nice amount of money. I had a nice place that I rented a basement. So I had enough, things going for me in that right direction. And I was also enrolled in school. So I feel like
she thought that having somewhere to stay at 18, going to school and having a baby at 18 was her life moving in the right direction. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that. She said, I had enough stuff going for me moving in the right direction. At 18, out from underneath the covering of her father, I would assume, if this story is to be believed. And she said that her life was going in the right direction. The right direction? Okay.
Doing the right things. I was moving myself forward.
She thought she was moving herself forward. If this ain't the lost value system, I don't know what is. If this ain't this.
I would go to yoga, but I don't have the right gear.
Save on all the best activewear.
I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at. And, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me and check their eyes.
Well, wealth come first. Education come first. Leisure come first. Backwards.
Look at this.
This girl was hustling backwards. Who supported this foolishness with her?
That is, if right influence is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with people. Right. Okay,
had a trajectory of where I was pursuing, and still pursuing.
So you were upset that he would not attend these prenatal visits with you, but then once the baby was born healthy, he wanted 50-50 custody. But you felt like prenatal visits with you. Let's just kind of push this out.
If you're seeing that, especially with times now, when you're saying life starts at conception, they should be a part of that life. They should be a part of those steps. They should be held responsible for all of those things as well. Not just not just at the end when the child comes out and now you're like, oh, well, I'm going to take 50. No.
That's not the end of the child's life when the child come out. That's the start. Okay. Because I only got a few minutes left. I want to hear a particular part.
I've put in work on this. I choose a father.
Does a child benefit from having the father in the child's life?
Yes, I do believe a child needs a father.
Does a child benefit from having the father in the child's life?
A child does benefit from having a father figure in their life.
Because what I just hear you say.
Child benefit from having a father figure in the child's life. But you fought tooth and nail so that your child would not have their father in their life. I got 829 people, 694 likes. Come on, we only got a few minutes.
I guess that starts with running a poll today. Hey. Yeah, because my name is Kobe Kitchen. Sucker, sit up and listen. Spin bars every day, every night. Sucker, I need my nightlight because it's dark outside. Sucker, it's monsters outside. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen when whoever likes your phone the most. Ooh. So, obviously for this playthrough, we try to get Yuri. And
what's going on, y'all?
she was like,
I'm just sitting here thinking, man. Thinking about how I got to this point. You know, how I got to the point where this is what I'm doing on YouTube. You know, this is, you know, I'm just thinking, like, how did I get to the point where I'm speaking out about the things that I'm speaking out about, and stirring up the little bit of dust that I'm starting to get online, right? You know, I got people that show a lot of love and support. Shout out to Miss Andrea. You know, she know what she did for me, and I greatly appreciate that. I ain't got to put it all out there for everybody to see or everybody to know, but she
the one on the left, bro. I'm trying.
I feel like your wife is about to leave you. You're gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
told me just how much what I'm doing online means to her. And I see in the comment sections, and I get, DMs and emails and stuff like that too. And people are showing their
Okay,
support,
James.
and they letting me know just how much my words mean, And it's just I don't do it for that, but it's just a good feeling to know that, the stuff that I'm standing on, the stuff that I'm pointing out, the stuff that I'm showing, the stuff that I'm holding the mirror up to is being appreciated by men and women. There's not a lot of men in the comments supporting this because, like I said in other videos, accountability is a must. And unfortunately, being accountable for certain things means that you gotta carry certain burdens, you gotta carry certain weight. If you want to be a leader, you have to be willing to do what's hard. Unfortunately, in the world we live in today, it's not that common for a lot of men to be willing to do the hard stuff. We all want it to be as easy as possible. And with social media being the way it is, and a lot of businesses that's going on online, it's easier to get results these days. But the most important things in life are still hard to do. So a lot of people don't really want to jump on that bandwagon, but once again, there are men that I consider to be top-notch individuals, men that I consider to be leaders in the community, and they're leading by example. These men are showing up, and I love to come across men like that. It's mind-boggling to me to see that being a man to stand up against stuff that actually kind of benefits men, standing up against that, standing up against the ideology that we need to weaken our women, we need to keep our foot on people's neck and all that kind of stuff. Speaking out against that is actually, I don't know, it's not being met by the masses in the right way. I wish it was different, but like I said, there are men that feel the way I feel, and they starting to speak up, and that's a good thing.
Hey, Queen.
But
hey, dear.
This morning when I was doing my workout, I just was thinking about how I got here. And y'all know I always tell y'all about my past. I don't hide nothing because I feel like it's important to be transparent. I'm trying to
You too, Nicole.
I'm trying to shift thinking. I'm trying to shift the way we act in our culture. And we know how the devil is. When somebody tries to bring forth a change, when somebody starts speaking out against the evil people come for that person next. So I did it the way you supposed to do it. I let y'all know who I am. I let y'all know where I come from. I let you know about my mistakes. I let you know about the way I used to think. I let you know that I've been in trouble before with the law. I let you know that I have kids from a prior relationship, and that's one of the buzz topics that people love to talk about in this space. We want to condemn single parents. You know, we want to condemn people for falling in the trap that's set up for us at an early age. You know, think about it like this. I've seen women, I've even seen women talk to their young sons in a way that's kind of
He went on live again
to be ladies.
I think I had it,
and I'm pretty sure y'all seen it too. You see a cute little boy and he dressed nice. Let's say you see a little boy I usually see it with a little boy. Let's say about 3, 4, 5 years old. He got a suit on and he looking real cute. You know, adorable little kid, man. I've seen women say, "Oh, he's gonna be a ladies' man when he grows up." So you got to think it's embedded in us at an early age. You know, it's embedded in us to be okay with being a womanizer, having a bunch of women. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It's endearing when you young, when you're a kid, it's supposed to be endearing. But when you grow up and then you start actually playing with these women's feelings and you start having kids and you start having these broken relationships, now we realizing how much of a problem it is. Because when that kid is innocent, he ain't actually doing nothing yet. But by the time he's 13, 14, 15 years old, he's being programmed that that's the way he's supposed to be. You know, older cousins. If his daddy ain't there, he ain't getting no guidance on how to treat a woman. You know, we don't even realize a lot of times that we need a dad, we need a father figure in our lives to just tell us that they proud of us. A lot of these kids, these young boys, who I started out trying to reach, a lot of them grew up just like me, looking for love from a male figure. You know, I talk about my granddaddy a lot, how I had him as an example. But my granddaddy wasn't sitting you down on the porch giving you the game, telling you how you're supposed to conduct yourself. I just saw what he did. He never sat down and said, "Hey, this is what you do." The direction my granddaddy used to give me was, don't do this, don't hang around that person, and there was no explanation behind it, behind why he was giving me that direction. So I never understood why he actually did what he did. I just know, do what you told, which is one of the problems, the main problem that we having with men these days. A lot of us grew up without knowing what a healthy home life was.
I can't say that
Most
enough.
of us did.
But now you want us to be perfect.
With our dads coming home from work and
But now you want us to be perfect.
loving our mothers and our siblings the way he should. We grew up with a void in that area. So like a lot of us, we start looking for attention. We just want somebody to show us that with us, right? So then what we do, we end up running to the street.
I'm gonna get Demi now.
We end up sleeping around with a bunch of women because that's one of the things that get us the positive attention that we like. That's one of the things, you know, your homeboy, man, Shu got him a bad one at the movies last night. Or he went to the football game and he got so-and-so, man, you know, she's so thick. It start early. So I started out knowing that I had to try to reach kids in that age group, because I just felt like that is where we can do the most good. If we get young boys early, we can start showing good examples of what a man really is. Then we can really start to change something, right? I went through my different phases trying to try different strategies to reach them. I remember I had this idea, maybe if I start rap, I used to rap back in the day when I was a teenager, when I was in the streets and all that kind of stuff. I used to rap, and I used to rap about the same stuff these toxic, negative, destructive rappers rap about today. I used to rap about that same stuff, right? So I understand it, and I understand where it's coming from, and I understand the damage that it does. I started out some years back, I have to do to gain popularity in that young boy game. I wasn't finna be around here trolling people online. Of course, I want my platform to grow, and I want to reach more people, and I want to.
See, I like him, and I like the other guy, because they show you how men have to take responsibility. All right, I seen something from Mr. Keefus. So I'm gonna go out. Oh God. What I do? Oh, so I'm gonna come out and come back in. Let's catch up on this Beagle updates, and don't start that all night thing, Mr. Keefus. Well, I'm going out. I'm coming right back in because I got everything lined up over